Hey, Denali, Denali, Denali is soon enough for me. Hey, I'm going to do my disclaimer. Marilena, Marilena, dun, 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 Marilena, dun, la, 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 Marilena. I got to sing for everybody now. Good morning, Marilena. Good evening, everybody else. I don't know how long I'll be able to be on. I've only got 56 energy in my phone, and my phone charger appears to be broken. So I'll need to find another phone charger. So once this is out, you won't see me for a while. But probably not on any of the other chats or anything. Hey, Renee. So we got Denali and Marilena and Renee. Okay. Okay, Renee. Haven't seen you in a while. Gosh, the pollen is in my throat, though. We have had a lot of rainy weather, which makes for a lot of pollen. It's the pollen, how much pollen? Let me get my candle lit. Okay, this is candle protection. Okay, I want to make sure most people are in before I make too many announcements, but I want to say thank you for coming. Okay, Gemini Moon is in. Crystal Shaman, we're filling up. Yay! We're filling up. Okay. Let's turn it up just a little bit. I'm wearing my tie-dye. I'm feeling groovy. Feeling groovy, groovy, groovy. Oh, okay. So, we know each other from Paranormal Portal and SOR. That's right. That's right. Haven't seen you much of anywhere. I'm not mad. No. No, you came back. A lot of people are showing up again now that I'm broadcasting more regularly, and I think it will be probably expect me 8:30 Eastern on Sundays. That's probably when I'm going to be doing this. Typically, I don't know how long it's going to be for though, because like I said, I don't have a good. Thank you. Oh, I look good. Yeah, I am feeling much better. Oh man, for a while I was I was tired, sick, and a whole bunch of other things. But I have cut out refined sugar and flour, and that's made a huge difference. And it seems like every now and then I'm asked to give something up. And at first I think, oh shit, but when I do, it feels good. So I'm gonna keep doing it. And even though it's kind of difficult sometimes to find stuff that no, it's not. It's going to be easy. Okay, I'm going to make my disclaimer. I've been working at the post office. Oh, cool. Are you in Canada or the US or where, Renee? Is Pam sick? Wait, I missed something. Pam is sick. Oh yeah, that's right. Pam is sick. That's right. Pam, we need to send her a little extra healing but you know what? I have a feeling I know what happened to Pam. She was doing too much being grandma. She was doing too much grandma. And if you need a overhaul of some sort, and you need recoded or something, and you're doing too much stuff, you're going to get sick. Happened to the rest of us. So I think all that's going on with Pammy is she's probably been overdoing grandma stuff, because that's what grandmas generally do. And probably they, had to let her go out of commission so they could work on her. Our guides, that is, our dear friends. Farmish tells you the fresh food available in your area. Oh, that is cool. Well, you got a wrench, don't you? You can put a link in here for that. Oh, really? Okay. See, a lot of people swear by borax, by boron, and you're finding that it's not good. Well, I've heard that. I've heard both sides of that. I'm not taking it currently. I'm not using it currently. I'm doing a whole different thing right now. So I'm doing some different stuff right now, and I'm doing okay. I still have some breaking out across here. I'm thinking it might be my glasses. Something to do with my glasses, because this is the only place it is. So that's about it. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm not doing borax right now, except, well, no, you shouldn't do too much. And we certainly never, ever, ever, ever advocated doing too much. As a matter of fact, they say like something like an eighth of a teaspoon in like a gallon of water, per gallon of water. I mean, or actually in a gallon of water, and that's all you should have. You shouldn't have more than like an eighth of a teaspoon a day. So, or at least that's what I read and heard, and the people who use it a lot. But I stopped using that. I have other things that I'm doing now. I have a lot of other things I'm working on. I'm working on now building my system up so tough that it fights everything off. That's what I'm working on. Well, I've got that too. Some things multiply. Well, you can tell John that, because John's the one that really makes your clothes white. A tiny, tiny amount is supposed to be good for you, because they do have boron supplements that you can get. So, but it's only supposed to be a trace amount. So it's not supposed to be a lot. I never had a problem with it, but then again, I don't know. I never noticed any problem. But yeah, borax is an additive, not a detergent, but an additive. Um, but that is something John's going to have to talk about on his show. I'm not doing that today. Not talking about it today. Yeah, you can get it from clothing washed in it. Yep, you can absorb it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to do, like I said, I need to do my disclaimer, so I'm going to start that. And hi, I am Deocean Swiger, and this is Deocean's Deep Woo. And here we do the deepest of woos, deepest woo, okay? And that means that we probably believe in a lot of things a lot of people don't yet. Yet, I say, because we strongly feel that when people wake up, they will. Most of us could very comfortably wear t-shirts that say, I have to get new conspiracy theories because all my old ones turned out to be true. Most of us are experiencers. And so whether you're new or another experiencer or just a gawker, if you're just a gawker, just be nice, okay? But if you're a troll, we'll kick your butt. If you're a nice person just trying to understand things, we'll explain things as best we can from our point of view, which may not be everybody else's point of view, because how could it be? So, okay, okay. Oh, you should just say woke. I'm not wearing a woke. A lot of the woke people are scary. A lot of people calling themselves woke. uh, I don't think I'm going to go with any movement except just, I mean, we kind of got our own movement here. You know, yeah, the woke movement has a lot to do with transgenderism and transhumanism, and it's okay. It's just not something I'm really interested in being about. I'm another kind of woke. The other kind of woke up. I woke up a long time ago, or started to wake. We are all awakening. I could think I might prefer the term awakened. Awaken, awaken, awaken. Oh, that's from a cartoon I saw one time called Death Clock. They were summoning something or other. They were going, awaken, awaken. Very silly cartoon. Um, I know. What the heck is that about? So now, bear in mind that what I'm giving you is in-game advice for this massively multiplayer, totally immersive VR learning game that we call Life on Earth. And has nothing to do with real life, which happens, I guess, outside the Matrix, because it ain't nothing much real about this place, except us. Our spirits are the only thing that's really eternal. And is the place illusionary, as we have been told by mystics and wise people for eons? Yes, the place is illusionary because it's a matrix. That is my belief, and I know that many of you out there too, because by golly, doesn't it act like one? I mean, there's just evidence at every turn. The farther on we go, the more evidence we accumulate that this is a matrix. And the other thing is that you can have any beliefs about what shape it is, because since we're in a matrix, it could look like any darn thing. It could be any shape. However, when we remote view it, we almost always see that it is a toroidal shape, because we've actually been through the hollow core. We've done remote viewing and some remote traveling, and some remote affecting. So to us, to many of us, it looked completely toroidal. And you don't have to believe me. You can go look for yourself. Learn to remote view and go look for yourself. Oh, my skin looks glowy today. Well, thank you. Thank you, dear. And I think I'm a lot healthier. I think probably I look better. Probably I'm going to keep looking better because um, I'm eating a lot healthier stuff and I'm doing a lot healthier things. And we've got some sun out there once in a while, not today, but we do actually get some sun out there. And so some days I actually get real sun. So I'll probably start looking better. But I know for a while, I was having all kinds of issues. And that brings me kind of to the subject I wanted to broach with you today. Um, and I don't watch that stuff. And wait a minute, I missed something. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm not sure I can follow everything that you do in chat, but that's okay. You can fill me in later if it's important, okay? Um, okay, this is it. I've been getting this message for a while, but I wanted to hold back a little bit and double check it, see if anybody else is getting that, just to make sure I'm not just wishing. But if you read the description, it really is sure looking like we won, already won. And that we're just doing a lot of mopping up and letting the rest of the movie play through. Because it is a movie. Everything you're going to be seeing now on the world stage, it's going to be illusions. And it's not going to be what it appears. And what it looks like, several of us have gotten this. What it looks like is it looks like the white hats are starting to use the same sort of tactics as far as influencing people that the black hats were using by using psyops, but in a positive fashion, in order to show people just how screwed up things got, in order to show people what the virus has done, so that they can start to wake up, because, as you know, many of them are mind controlled. Now they're mind wiped. They've been brainwashed. I mean, there's things like Trump delusion syndrome. I believe that's what they call it, and other things. Just, I mean, there's schmaxine delusion syndrome and every other darn thing. I mean, it's funny because they'll get the schmacks, then they'll get the disease, and then they'll think, oh, gee, maybe I need a booster. Well, it didn't work the first time. Why would it work the next few times? It's like, yeah, but somehow they still think this is going to do something for them, even though it hurts them, you know? And some of them, I mean, Jason even said, maybe I should get a booster. And it's like, why? So they can finish the job, because he had early on a schmax, and it really tore him up and made his arm and leg go numb for a while. He could barely use them. He had to be out of work for a while. But he's going to go back, maybe, it's like he knows me, but he might go back and get a schmooster. I'm like, are you crazy, boy? But, it's like they're well, thank you. Hey, Bomber, how you doing? They're just inundated, though, with this message. They can't help it. Everybody around them. And, um, you know, people are communal creatures. So, you want to kind of gather around with the herd. I mean, it's kind of an instinct, but you got to find a better herd, folks. Uh, oh, yeah, they don't know why young people are dying from sudden death syndrome. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's what I just said, Bomber. Um, I prefer awakened. I think I will use awakened. Awaken, awaken. Um, okay, so I have been asking for some signs that this is actually so. I'm gonna try and center the camera. Don't get dizzy. Because you know me, it's like we've been getting signs that things are getting better. We're winning. We've been getting told that a while, but and we've also been told that things are going to be scary, going to look scary, but don't be afraid. Don't fear anything. No fear. It's all being handled. And what it's going to do is awaken the last few that can still awaken. I guess they're going to attempt it to the last moment to wake as many people up as can awake. So that is being done by letting some of these fake events happen. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how many more times we can see, uh, you know, the POTUS say, I forgot, and fall down some stairs before we realize that something went terribly wrong. Okay. Something is terribly wrong with our system. I mean, and it's, what is his name? I keep wanting to call him Borax Johnson. Boris. Boring ass. Is it Johnson? No, I don't know. The guy up in just the UK. Something. Jeez, and Justin Castro Jr. I mean, if that doesn't set your teeth on edge, man, you're really, something's going to have to shake you up, man. There's going to have to be some shaking going on in order for some of these people to finally let go of this idea that any of this is the truth. Because it's so obvious that it's not. It's so obvious. But we've been watching all this. Oh, gosh. Yeah, sudden death syndrome excuse. Sure. Like crib death, right? Yeah, only older. Yikes. They say we aren't stupid. Unfortunately, many still, well, there's lots of people who are, Bojo and Fidel Jr. He's an infidel. Little Fidel, little Castro Jr. Yeah, he looks just like him. My gosh, how could we have ever missed that, right? I guess I don't look at Castro pictures much. I never paid much attention to him, but doggone, he does look just like him, like a young version. And I'm like, whoa. Huh. There isn't much question about it. I'm sorry. He doesn't look anything like his supposed father or mother. He doesn't even look like his mom much at all. So, anyway, these things are playing out. I gotta tell you, I'm really quite sure of this now. Almost nobody you see on the public stage is the original person they're supposed to be. Whoever they are appearing to be, it's probably not them. I don't think there's hardly anybody left that's them for one reason or another, either because they've been rounded up in some cases. In other cases, it's because it's too dangerous to be in the public eye at a public place because there have been attempts. We've got a last few desperate minions clinging to hope that they can do something, and they've been missing every shot. They've been missing. So they've been taking their shots and they've been missing the mark. And they always will now. I'm told that the end came already of the day when they could actually get anything to completely work out. They can start something, but they're not going to be able to finish it. And those days are gone. And as long as we keep thinking in that way, it's going to continue. Now, let me tell you something about the shortages. You guys are probably wondering what's going on with the shortages. Why the shortages? Okay, then, if we're winning, if we've won really, and the White Hats are really, look, we took over CERN. We know the White Hats have CERN now. Okay. We know that, and that sounds crazy, which is great. You guys take it as, if you don't like that, take it as a joke. That's fine. Take it as farce. But I don't really care. But it's kind of interesting what has been coming up short. Okay, so we're not going to talk about gasoline just yet. We might ask some questions about gasoline. Oh, thank you, Bomber. Thank you. You look great too, what I can see of your eye there. I could remote view you later and tell you how you look later. You got a date with some Sasquatch. Yeah, I know. Duke's got something going on tonight at 9. Okay, if we're still on, I'll see you later. Okay. Spanx. Mm-hmm. Squatch well. Mm-hmm. Squatch happy. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. If you notice, I didn't notice this at first. I didn't get it at first. But the stuff that's in shortage is stuff is wrong with. That needs to be rebooted, revamped, revised. The message said, watch what they are running short of. For a while, we had a problem getting like organic milk. Well, we know that a lot of these so-called organic things and eggs, we know that some of these are not on the up and up. Some of these bigger companies that supposedly produce this stuff are not on the up and up. So now they're back. Probably they're legit now. I noticed that my fresh caught fish fillets went missing for a while. And that might have not been legit either. I mean, that's another industry that um, BS's people a lot. Um, I saw now it's coming down to things like baby formula. The interesting thing about baby formula, on the surface, it looks terrible. We don't have enough baby formula for all these little babies. But if you think about what baby formula is these days and what it's made of and what's in there, it's probably the last thing we should be giving an infant. Okay? The very last. And I wouldn't be surprised if schmaxines become, if schmoosters become saline now, because that's probably going to be taken down too. If we see a shortage, any shortages there, that's probably another system going to be taken down. Probably, okay, we're looking at baby formula as like it's something we need. We don't need that. There's breast milk, there's goat's milk, there's all kinds of things that you can feed a baby that's better than that. Bullshit. Okay, I'm sorry, but a lot of it is crap and horrible. Okay. So once I started looking at that, and then the next thing, oh hi Drake, how you doing? Blaine Tyler. I remember Blaine Tyler. Yeah. I mean, basically there are other options for feeding your baby. Now the interesting thing is the birds, the chickens. What I noticed about the chickens is the chickens were literally flying right off the shelves, right? But you could still find, although expensively, you could still find organic hormone-free type chicken. You could still find the hormone-free, antibiotic-free, etc. type free-range chicken. That was still being sold. I found that interesting. Yeah, we could still get a hold of that. We couldn't get a hold of the regular stuff. I think something happened with that because, you know, that is a terrible thing. I mean, filling a chicken full of, or any animal full of hormones and antibiotics is not healthy for the chicken or the people eating the chicken. It was horrible. So I think that's going to be, it is now getting reformed. That's on the road. Okay. As a matter of fact, I walked into, I don't know if you have a Myers where you are. It's a major grocery chain. And they have gone completely non-antibiotic, non-GMO, as far as their birds. They're completely like organic, non-antibiotic, non-hormone, all that. So it's like they don't any longer sell any other kind of chicken there. And this is a national chain and a big store. It's sort of like like a version of Walmart. It's a little like a Walmart, but they don't sell the other kind of chicken anymore at all. And you can go to Myers and get an already whole rotisserie chicken for $5.99. It's like, well, hey, why am I paying then $15 for chicken somewhere else, or uncooked chicken when I can just go down to Myers and have the cooked chicken for already roasted for $6? That'd be crazy. And now what happens? We've got this wonderful thing. I think this is great. And they say this is going to cause a food shortage. I don't think that's going to be the cause of the food shortages. But they're talking about no fertilizer. Guess what? Chemical fertilizer is one of the worst damn things that we can be using. It has been depleting the soil for years. Oh, well, Duke has a show on at 9, so it could be that too. You got a goat or two? Oh, that's good. Oh, you're going to get a goat or two. Yeah, well, goats are easy to raise. I mean, they'll eat anything, you know. They'll pretty much take care of themselves. They're pretty tough. Um, the stores too, basically, but they're basically the same. Okay. Um, basically, I'm thrilled that we've got literally a national chain doing this, selling nothing but safe chicken. Um, it's great. I mean, this is a good thing. Now, like I said, the chemical fertilizers, good. They do so much damage. They've been doing so much damage to the land. They've been polluting the water. They cause red tide. They cause algae overgrowth. They cause soil depletion. They cause all kinds of problems. The food does not have the nutrients it really needs. Chemical fertilizer is horrible. I'm glad to see it go. Now, people are just going to have to learn to do it the old fashioned way. Poop. Use the other creatures on your land and do mulch and do hay and do straw and do plant your comfrey plants to enrich your soil. You'll be fine. You'll be growing food in no time. Just let the soil get back to the way soil is supposed to be with nice, healthy little earthworms in it and stuff. That's the way it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to have these chemical fertilizers. They're horrible. So, actually, is that a bad thing? No, I don't think so. What I'm waiting for is to see glyphosate factories used to hear glyphosate is in short supply or goes off the market permanently. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So, what is this doing though? Well, for one thing, I think the food shortage things like I think and the fertilizer and everything is getting people back to doing things the way they really need to be done. And you'd have to be, it's a brilliant plan. And if this is true, it's really brilliant. Yeah. See, yeah, grow your own chickens and grow your own food with the, use of fertilizer. Back in the old days, they kept enriching the soil. They didn't have monocultures. Um, in fact, I think more people should look into permaculture and companion planting. I think that's the way we got to go now. A lot of people are going to grow their own food. They're going to, if they can't get the food from a national chain, they're going to go local. What kind of changes is this going to do for our society? I think positive ones in the end. Once people adjust, now you're paying, if you're going to pay the same price for organic that you were paying, that you would, or, if you've got a choice between organic and crap, and you're paying about the same price because everything's gone up, aren't you going to just buy organic? And if not, how stupid are you? I'm sorry, but you got to be kind of dumb. But it's like everything's going up. That there's this runaway inflation. However, Now we're getting used to paying the prices that we were paying for organic. And so we're going to be used to that. And so people are going to be getting used to buying organic stuff, which they should be anyway. I mean, that's what we should be buying. So I think what we'll find, and like I said, fertilizing the ground a different way, not with chemicals. And what I was told is that there were going to be some signs this summer that we had in fact won. And I think this is part of it. And if you know of more, please let me know. And a new worm farm. Whee! Denali's got worms. Oh, that didn't sound right. No, you got a worm farm. Okay. And worms. You have vegetables and herbs and worms. That's great. Yeah. And hi, Oracles and Beyond. How you doing? Yeah. I mean, think of this. What's it going to do to society? It's going to get us ready to actually eat real food again, to use real stuff again, to actually farm the way we should be farming. This is not, in the end, going to be a bad thing. As we've been told, it's going to be a little rocky for a while. And we've still got this scary movie playing out. And the Johnny Depp and Amber Turd thing, that whole thing is just distracting people. We got to give them something to watch while this whole thing is playing out, or they're going to flip out. But there are videos starting to come out that show you just how much they can CGI everything. So everything you see, the people could be long gone. And they're being played by an actor, somebody else. And in the public eye, you know, they've actually got holograms now that look and feel, you can even feel hologram. They've got, as a matter of fact, that was years ago. They came out with 5D holograms that you could feel. They had something that they did with the air that they felt solid. How much more have they got now? How much more real have holograms gotten? So yeah, they can be CGIing anything now, probably. So whatever you see happening, you've got to trust your gut. You know, we've got to, one of the things I've been told, you've got to trust your own discernment. We have been honing our discernment all this time because we have been so deceived all over the place. I mean, we walk into a store and we know we're instantly on the defensive because we know darn well that most of the stuff we're surrounded by is poison. So most of us are peripheral shoppers now. Now, if most of us become, if most of the population at large become peripheral shoppers, where the money flows, the attention goes as far as manufacturers are concerned. And if people are only going to buy the better stuff, then we're going to get the better stuff. It's going to upgrade everything. But what has to happen is people have got to stop buying the junk. That's going to be kind of a process. But are they going to do some scary things? Yeah, I think so. There's going to be some scary things on both sides. Some of the things, though, are going to be done by the white hats to just wake people up, really, to just shake people awake, to let them see. So I'm not getting that we have anything severe coming our way that's real anyway. We have a lot of threats, maybe, but they're empty threats mostly. There are going to be places that are going to be hit by things, I think. But it looks like, since the ships are all lining up over in Mary's area, Marilena's area, in the UK, looks like the UK might be one of the first places we might see some contact. I haven't seen many over here, but I haven't seen chemtrails either. Not since that last thing that I did with the chemtrails, that they absolutely were, they were trying to spray and they stopped right before they got to my territory. And then over my head, nothing, just a regular contrail. My friends saw it anyway, and then they started spraying again after that. But if all of us do this, they're not going to be able to do any of that. So we can totally boot all this bullshit out of our hood, okay? You're totally capable of doing that. Remember, you're divine, and your word is what goes. And especially if you are awakened, then you know that you are divine. Hey, is Ken here? Hey, Ken. Yeah. Burgers might be a better. Burgers, blah, blah, blah. Times are tough. No worm burgers. No. I'm not into worm burgers. Me either. No. The real Dave Chappelle. I don't know if, like, there might be a few people left that are not replaced, but I'm not sure who exactly they would be. And only thing I know is Johnny Depp's voice changed drastically at one point. And I thought to myself, I was shocked. I hadn't seen him for a while. I hadn't seen him for a little while. And I'm like, and then he spoke, and it's like, what happened to his voice? And if you noticed, the Spud's voice changed for a while too. Yeah, President Spud. He changed for a while, his voice. So maybe they can't always get the right voice, but they can get the looks or something. Maybe something's going on. So it's not perfect. It's not perfect around the edges. Does that mean that they're all incarcerated or something? No. But I'm getting, like, whatever was going on with Steve Tyler. There was something about that too, that there's something about that that's off. I'm getting every single one of these things we hear about, there's something off about it. And so, okay, now I've got this theory and I've got you guys with me. Let's see if we can do a little bit of pendulum work. And of course, as you know, I'm not infallible, although I do damn well, really. But I'm not well. And sometimes a pendulum can be influenced by emotions. And sometimes I wonder if I'm doing a little bit of telekinesis. I always wonder that. That's why I lock my arm really stiff. Okay, so do you want to work today? Do you want to tell us anything? Okay, it's swinging pretty heavy. Okay, calibrating, checking. My cat's name is Mr. Jerksky. No, that isn't his name. They call me Mama D or Ocean D, Ocean Deep Blue. Okay, it seems to be working fine. And so you have some stuff to tell us. Okay, what are our questions? Am I getting this right? Is this message I'm receiving I hope you can see this. Is this message that I'm getting, this intel, is that real intel? Oh, it's swinging real heavy. Look at the swing on that. Look at how hard that's swinging. Yes. Okay, we got it. So we have won. We've already won. It's already won over. Yes. Yes, it's already won. Okay, stop. So the dark hats still have some power, though. The dark hats still have some key positions. No, no. Wow. Looks like we cleaned them out of all the key positions. So is it mostly just minion left now? Just minions. The small fry. Yep. That's what it looks like. So when we see something, a shortage, we should expect that there was something wrong with that product. Yes, and that it needed to be revised. Yes. And then it comes back safe when it gets back on the shelves. Yes. You know, one of the biggest things. Strangeland, how you doing, Todd? Hey. Ask if the wit gets have taken white hats have taken over in South Africa. Okay. How about South Africa? Is South Africa taken over now by the white hats? Yes. Saying yes. Okay. Are there still some minions left there? Yes, there are. Okay. Are they going to get disclosure pretty soon? Are they going to get disclosure? Well, soon. That's a horrible way to put it because soon can be anything to them. I mean, okay. Okay, so the UK is going to get disclosure first. Yeah, looks like maybe you. Okay, so let me check. The Americas are going to get disclosure for. Okay, the Americas are going to get this. Everybody's going to get disclosure. Okay, we're all going to get it. So, okay, the ships. Does anybody have any idea why the ships are over South Africa now? A bit of humor helps. Good vibes and lowers depression. Wigglers are safe now. It's not safe for now. It's not China. Yeah, it's not China. Thank goodness. Oh, I wouldn't want to be in China. I what? Because of Table Mountain. I missed something. Is there a question? Okay. Let me see. Is China taken over by the white hats yet? Yes, China too is. Are they dark hats completely gone? Then no, no, they're not. So they're still screwing around in China. They're not gone. But the white hats have taken over some key positions. Okay, the white hats are actually in charge, no matter what it looks like. Okay, thank goodness. And how about stop? How about Russia? White hats? Yep. Okay. Are there any okay, any minions left? Yeah, there are. Okay, so they're still trying to clean up their act. Like just like everywhere. There's a few left everywhere. an interest in an entrance in South Africa. Okay. I don't know about the ships. Okay, Table Mountain, South Africa entrance. Okay, South Africa. SA, South Africa, I think, right? Okay, so Table Mountain and entrance to the underworld. Yes. So let's ask, are all the dumbs cleaned out now? Yes. Dumbs are all cleaned out now. Are the underground places cleaned out of? No, not yet. Not all the underground places, because some of these underground places may not be dumbs. Okay. So there are still some underground places with nefarious types living there. Yeah. Okay. Are we going to have a big shakeup in California? Yes. Earthquake? Yes. We are going to have an earthquake in California. If you're in California, might be time to go. Might be time. Or South Australia. Oh. Hmm. Shot the Who down, yeah. Yep. And that needs to happen. Yep. And that definitely needs to happen. That definitely needs to happen. It's who has got to go down. A lot of the strange policies that they want. No, we can't let that go. We can't. Yeah, they want to be an unelected superpower. That ain't happening. Yes, South Africa. Thank you, South Africa. Yes, that's something to be proud about. Yeah. Way to go, South Africa. Thank you. And I think, well, they also stood against the Schmaxes. They had no interest in Schmaxes in, for instance, Haiti. Yeah. Ghana. They didn't mess with the Schmaxes. They told them to just keep their product. So, well, we're skirting dangerously close to that, but it didn't happen. Yeah, South Africa is really big. Who's some scary old guys? Yeah. Well, the farther we go, the less crapola there will be in the end. I mean, it's like, I'm going to use the Hay version. What is her name? Louise Hay? And she calls it the turkey pan theory. It's like when you're washing a turkey pan after Thanksgiving. At first, you put the soap and the water in there, and you swish it around, and it looks even worse. There's all this stuff stuck to the sides, and At first it looked bad. You put the soap and water in, it looks even worse for a while. But if you keep going, it finally gets clean. Well, it's like that. We got a lot of layers here that we're going through. And when you got a lot of layers to get through, you know, it's going to take a little while to clean it all out. But it'll eventually get clean. Yep. Louise Hay, who will reapproach it from a different tactic in 2024. And we'll shoot him down again. They'll get shot down every time now. Did anyone see the China uncensored cat in the sleeve of a lab doctor? No. Tell us about that, B. Freeman. B. Freeman. Oh, and by the way, if you have a notion, my one and only little commercial, if you have a notion, paypal.me/Ocean Diana. That is how you can contribute to this channel, because I am paying more this month because we needed more memory on the StreamYard app. So I'm now paying a little bit more than I had to. So if you want to help, there you go. That is my PayPal link. I am not monetized on this channel and never have been. And actually right now it's okay, because that means you can watch my stuff without having to go through 2 or 3 or 4 commercials. So that's okay. I'm not too broken up about it. Yeah. Now, here's one thing for all of us. Oh, it's a great pick. Oh, that's good. Is it anything like the weird thing coming out of Joe's sleeve? Yee. You don't have to, Crystal, but really, the word I've been getting pretty solidly is relax and just watch. Don't get personally involved in things. Don't take anything personal. It's a movie. It's going to be scary. They warned us it's going to be scary. They said it's going to look bad. It's going to look scary. But don't be afraid. Don't fear, because you're a creator. And if you imagine things to fear, you're going to be creating that. My message I'm overwhelmingly getting is start thinking about what you want. Think about what you want to create. How do you want the world to look? How would a perfect world look to you? How would that be? Would we be using normal fertilizer again and eating? Wouldn't it be like we walk into somewhere to get food and we don't have to worry about what food we get anymore? We don't have to worry about walking into a store and getting poisoned by something, by anything, by our food, our clothing, whatever. Wouldn't it be nice to pick up produce that wasn't radiated? Because you know what? They radiate produce. Yeah, supposedly to get rid of bad stuff, but it really makes things bad. So, everything's inverted. But wouldn't it look like people doing things in a much healthier way so that we're not killing ourselves on a constant basis? And once again, do you love yourself enough to quit poisoning yourself? And since I answered that, Yes, I'm going to love myself enough to quit poisoning myself. I've been getting a lot better. I've been getting a lot of help. The minute I try something that is crappy for me, this rotator cuff right here that I had, this torn rotator cuff, starts giving me hell. And it seems like if I eat a little bit of organic sugar, raw sugar, that doesn't seem to bother me much. I had gluten-free pancakes with maple syrup. Maple syrup didn't have any effect on me. I didn't have a problem with it, but I had 2 bites of chocolate brownie ice cream because it sounded so yummy, and my arm just went off. So I have an arm alarm. I'm armed. My arm alarm is armed. Gee, how appropriate. Now, hopefully, everything is cool with most of the other stuff I have in there, but I think most of my stuff is okay. Now, you guys, I need some help. Safe food sounds nice. Pure water, no graphene, that'll all be nice, right? We can start imagining that. Found raw molasses sugar. Oh, yeah, that's really good. Monk fruit, you can get coconut sugar, you can get all kinds of things. Yeah, it's got a ring. Now I need some help. I need a little help, you guys, because I'm too close to this situation. But we had a thunderstorm here, and there was a clap of thunder, and my closet fell down. So I didn't have many clothes, but I had some heavy boxes on the top, which aren't supposed to be a problem. But I had some heavy boxes on the top. And when that clap of thunder vibrated the place, my closet fell down. And here's what's worrying me. Now, Cowboy, when it rains, he hides under the bed. I don't know where he was. He also likes to hide in the closet. He also likes to sleep sometimes in the closet. I haven't seen him since this happened. Can somebody please, I am too emotional. Can somebody please tell me if Cowboy is all right? Yeah, my rack that they have instead of a closet rod, instead of a decent closet rod, Max Vision. Hi, how you doing, John? Yeah, my closet rack, it's not a rod, so it fell down. In spite of the fact that we strengthened it, it's fallen like twice in the last month. This is the second time I hardly had any clothes in there. I almost had no clothes in there. I hadn't refilled it yet. Just a few minutes ago, before I came on. Is Cowboy all right? Or do I have to go in and unbury him from the closet? I think he probably is, but I'm calling him, and usually when I'm out in the kitchen, he's out and meowing, and he's not out in the kitchen. And usually when I'm doing this show, he's out here meowing, and he's not. That's what's worrying me. So if somebody can tell me for sure, because I can't go looking for him. I mean, I don't see him anywhere in any of the usual haunts. He could be under the bed, But if he was in the closet, he might be under a whole lot of clothes. Well, no, there aren't many clothes. I just hope he didn't get hit by a box or something that fell or something. That could hurt. I just hope he's okay. I'm kind of getting that maybe he's just scared, but yeah, I have another closet, but it's full of stuff because I just cleaned out I just cleaned out my storage. I had a storage locker, 5x5, just cleaned it out. My place is packed right now and I got to get through it. That's another thing, you guys. I'm going to need some strength. Send me some strength to get through this, sorting all this stuff out. Now, some of it's like, it's like Christmas. I found a brand new air purifying fan. I found a brand new toaster oven that was supposed to come over here, but never made it over here because the people who were helping me move disappeared shortly after the C word happened. They just took off. He had just inherited a place in Michigan from his father, and they were going to go on vacation there. I think they went on permanent vacation, just didn't come back because nobody's seen him since. Nobody can say it. Nobody's heard from him. Nobody's seen him. We don't know what happened to him, but we know that they had a place to go, and probably they went and isolated and were happy. I mean, they were in their older years, so they probably could have comfortably just retired there. He's fine. Okay, good. Yeah, I bet he's fine. I hope so. Look in the closet. Hi, Linda. Punky. I haven't seen you here before, have I? Yeah, well, he can't get outside. We're in an apartment building where you'd have to go down a long corridor and you'd have to wait till somebody opens the door for you, and maybe he's out rounding up grays. Hi, Linda. Smoking in G. Hey, G. Hey, 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 G. Just found me. Well, I was just, oh, geez, now you got to rewind and see what I was talking about. Just scared. Yeah. Yeah, he might be because that was loud. Yeah. Hey, G. Hey, B. Hey, hey, D. Now that we've got Sesame Street all figured out, and this segment is brought to you by the letter D. Yeah, I hope Little Cowboy's okay. My heart would be all over the place. You'd have to pick me up off the floor. My poor little boy. He's probably scared as anything, though. Because that was scary. It was a big clap of thunder, and then at first it was rain, and he always goes under the bed or hides. And then there was a big clap of thunder, and then my closet fell down, which was very loud. And I know that'd scare any self respecting cat. So, would be jumping and running. So, if he was in the closet, he probably would have ran the moment. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He's probably hiding in his cat cave. Anyway, so yeah, what I was saying is the shortages, I think that the shortages that we're going to have are actually going to be a good thing because what's going to happen is people are going to have to learn to do things in a healthier way. And they're going to be paying about the same price for regular food as they would for organic. So why not just get organic? And once they get used to having organic food and they're feeling better, then they'll be able to think better. Then they'll be able to wake up maybe. Because a lot of this clogged thinking is because we are being systematically poisoned all the time. And one thing that I've heard a lot of people say is they'd love to be able to walk in a store and not feel constantly threatened. These we for a while now, you walk in a store, and if you're aware of what's going on, you walk in a store and you have to be careful of everything. What toxin is in this? How screwed up is this thing? Is this thing, deadly, or will it make me sick? I mean, you get tired of it. We're all tired of it, aren't we? And we've all been saying, man, this has got to end. But how does it end when most of society is still buying all this crap? Well, you have to take it away for a while, straighten it out, and then put it back when it's okay. Now, there'll probably be some people who will never quite get what happened, but that is not as important as getting everybody feeling better so that they can think better, so that they can make better decisions. Here's another thing. I don't know if I ever went into this, but supposedly cowboy will come back and pick up a little alien if you eat him. Okay. Right. So this is the other thing I heard recently, and I hope it's true, and let's ask if it is true. First of all, is the news story, the galactic news story, is it true? Is the policy change a real thing? Yeah! Good. Because a while back, I'll preface this with a little short story. A while back, my friend Heather was over, and I was talking on the phone, and all of a sudden, she asked me about, well, what's going on, something, and I said, well, and I started like reaching out for information. All of a sudden, I'm talking about all of this stuff, and it's like I see thousands of faces, thousands of beings I'm speaking to, but they're not human. I'm like, whoa. And I'm telling her what I am saying to these people. And what I was doing was presenting evidence. I was arguing that to be locked into a contract without really understanding the full ramifications of the contract, to be bound to an agreement or contract when you really don't know what it means, or that you even are in a contract or agreement of any kind, it does not constitute then a valid contract. It should not be any way legal and binding. This is deception. Plus coercion. If you are coerced into agreeing and threatened and abused and tortured into agreeing, that is not free will. That is not a free will agreement. If you don't even know you're making an agreement, that is not a free will agreement. And that would then be a violation. And it should be an amendment. That if a developing society is being, in effect, tricked, and this is paraphrasing because this was telepathy, being tricked into agreements, the agreement should not stand. Neither should the prime directive in that case be held as a thing against these people when the obviously this would constitute having tampered with the society. There is, and then I showed a bunch of evidence. I was showing them evidence. I was showing them pictures. I was showing them holograms. Yes. And it was like, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. What about this? Does this seem fair? Does this seem logical? And Heather was just like, wow, when you get warmed up, you really go. I said, I don't know what's going on, but I seem to be in some kind of a hearing, presenting some kind of evidence in favor of people of Earth. I don't know who I'm supposed to be here, but that's what's going on. And she goes, wow, that's pretty deep. So now I heard just recently that the latest version of the Prime Directive has an amendment, exactly the amendment that I was calling for. We were calling for, not just me. There were other people there that were also doing this. Although I couldn't tell you who all they are, I really don't consciously know all this. This is just something that's kind of, oh, and you're also doing this while you're busy being Mama Ocean down on, Earth in your little earthy avatar. But that amendment passed. They decided that yes, it's not fair and not right to call it free will when the people have no concept, and you cannot also consider it free will when when somebody is speaking for all the people, but clearly the majority would never have voted that way, would never have called for that. That is not right. That you can have one person or even a small group of people decide that everybody has to go with this when clearly it's not something that most of the population would ever agree to. And I'm not sure exactly the wording of it, but when they were discussing it, I was thinking, oh my gosh. And I was thinking back, I was thinking, oh my gosh, that's the points I was arguing. That's what I was presenting. So now I'm there like, who else am I? I know I'm who I am here. Maybe not, I mean, my channel isn't very big and I'm just Mama Ocean, right? Mama D. But who am I elsewhere? Who am I in the universe? Well, somebody once told me, and it was funny, it's like, how in the heck does everybody know me? Everybody knows you. I was told everybody knows who you are. It's like, who's everybody? And how do they know me? And why don't I know who I am? I mean, I know loosely a few of me. I mean, in one instance, I'm an administrator at the what I call the library at the university, the big university that I believe that is the living library. Since we're turning into silica, we are storing the events in our bodies now. In these avatars are the records, and our mitochondria and everything are the records of things that have gone on. So we're actually acting as storage right now too. So it's interesting. I'm not sure how this all fits together yet. It sure is going to be interesting to find out, though, when this all comes out. Okay. Oh, really? So now I'm reading back. Yeah, that's right, Linda. We were talking about that. Some of the organic food dropped out for a while, then it came back. And now the regular chicken is gone. So, and all we can find is the organic stuff and the hormone free stuff and all that. Best contracts are written on napkins. So, yeah, no more mob rule. And B. Freeman says, I put in a legal motion of some sort a few days ago. Your views and visions sound almost identical, too. How interesting. Because I know there was more than one of us that was doing this. I wasn't the only one. A, B? Mm-hmm. So something was going on there. If I'm getting it, then mine was way back, like a couple years ago, before the C word. That I was doing that. But of course, time doesn't matter much. I mean, it's very illusionary too. So a lot of things could be going on. Akashic records, yeah. This is, I think, what the Akashic records actually are. And that's why like, you think about it, our bones and our teeth are silica, a lot of silica. They're stones. They are the stone element, right? The element of earth. And of course, they would be recording things. So we have records of everything. So we could theoretically play all that back. And quite a few things I was showing as evidence too, that I had sent for evidence, things that I had pulled out of myself, attachments, things that we had to neutralize. I had sent it in as evidence that we were not being given free will, that we were being coerced and tortured into allowing this stuff to happen. And our minds messed with. So, so if our minds are being messed with and people are being hypnotized, does that really constitute free will? No. Nobody in their right mind would say that's really free will unless you've got an agenda, right? Unless it's going to benefit you somehow to say so. So, yes, I hear that the amendment passed, and now they're not going to be able to use that. And this is what I heard further. Some of you, like when Bashar first came out, I liked Bashar. I don't want to be a Bashar basher, okay? So if you still like Bashar, that's totally up to you. But I started feeling at some point that there was something shady about Bashar. I'll put it gently because I don't know how many people are going to try and jump down my throat if I say this. But Bashar seemed fishy. In fact, what I was getting is he might even have been AI. Because when somebody asked him, it was somebody that asked him something. He said, 1 moment, 1 moment, 1 moment, 1 moment. And it was like, wait, that sounds like a machine. That doesn't sound like a being because usually he's very fast. Answers, that sounds like AI though. I mean, now what I'm hearing is that the Essassani are, I believe they call them the Essassani, that are a hybrid of he always said it was a hybrid of the Greys and the humans, and that they wanted to be our brothers or something. What this intel was saying, and this was coming from Laura, one of Laura Eisenhower's videos. She had a guest on that said she's been on the ships and everything. She's been taken aboard the ships and gone to meetings and all of that. And she said that the Essassani were to be a group that was going to take over. They were going to come in, and that was going to be the FF. That was going to be the false event. That was not really friendship. It was a takeover. So they have been inserting themselves into our family tree as part of a takeover because they couldn't take us over directly. The only way they could do that is by becoming family, and then they can say, "Oh, but we are human. We're part human. We have a right, right? We have a say in what happens to humans. We're part human." But we were told that on some soul level somewhere, we agreed to all that. What if we didn't? Or what if we were coerced? Or what if we were hypnotized? In any event, whoever this, and we know that there are many kinds of grays. They're not just one gray type. But the type that Bashar is talking about, and I feel weird right now. I feel a weird sort of pressure. I'm going to press on anyway. That the ones that Bashar was talking about, she said they had an agenda, and the agenda was a takeover. And the takeover was going to be the little hybrids come and we welcome them and we say, and some people were getting told, now get this, to put a picture of an ET in your little gray in your window and invite them to you to come visit you. In other words, invite them to come in and screw with you. Because we know that these particular ones were lying when they were saying this was strictly because they're, she says they were telling that it is absolutely not the truth. That, oh, we're a dying race, we need the genetics to, and we're you in the future. They were telling people they were you in the future, It's what they told me, something similar, that they were from another dimension and they were us, and that their world was devastated and they needed the genetics. That's what they told me. And I let people know that that's what they said. And a lot of my friends were saying, well, I don't know about that. And saying, well, I don't know either. This is what they're saying. So, okay, I can't tell whether that's truth or not. But Bashar was saying something like that. And we were saying, and then people got on Bashar's case and said, why were they so brutal? Because to a lot of people, they were extremely brutal. People have horrific memories of what these guys did. And a lot of them absolutely consciously did not agree to that. I didn't consciously agree to that. And don't tell me I agreed about it in some previous life or in some. No, it's like, once again, without consciously knowing what you're agreeing to, that's not an agreement. That does not count. That's not legal. So that means that's been overturned too. That plan has been overturned. We're not going to see, I don't think we're going to see any Essassani. So that was probably the plan. I can kind of see it because we've been getting warned about that. Yeah, and you know what? Apparently some species use AI and they're very benign, but that's because the civilization is very benign. So what they're saying about that is a civilization will create AI that is like them. Look how tricky we are. If the society is entropic, they will create an entropic AI. Entropic as in, you can look up entropic. Yeah, vampires need an invitation too. Exactly. Exactly, G. So, hey, David Castle, how are you doing? Greetings in favor. Um, Smoking and G's got it. Oh, yeah. So basically, that has been headed off. As far as we know, there will be no Esasani, no matter how you invite them, because it doesn't count, because you don't know what the real plan is. If you don't know, it doesn't count. If you don't know what they really are, and they're trying to coerce you or hypnotize you into it, it doesn't count. Okay. This is great. What was it in the Stories to Kill Werewolves? Silver bullets. Yeah, with silver bullets. Or silver. So basically, yeah. And yeah, it is funny that you have to invite a vampire and they wanted you to invite the Greys. I ain't inviting them. Uh, Now, this is not to indict every single Grey. I don't know about that. I'm not consciously aware of that, but by not being consciously aware, that means that they have no right to mess with me anymore. Now, this would mean that we're at the end. We should not be hearing any more abduction by Grey stories. And if we do, we need to bring it up and let people know that it's still happening. So would a silver bullet kill a dog man? I don't think they're the same thing because a werewolf is a person who transforms. That's more like a skinwalker. And from what I understand about the dogmen, they're a separate species and do not change from dog to human and back. They are a humanoid dog species which lived in the wilds. And actually, Lord Cthulhu, otherwise known as what was the saint that loved animals? Him. Okay, early pictures of him, he looked like a dog man. However, what I've also heard about that is that the army has gotten a hold of the genome of dogmen and has weaponized it, of course. So there are dogmen that are very peaceful and less provoked. Those are probably the older ones. Those are probably the original ones. It sounds like they are, because in the stories and there are stories existing about whole civilizations of dogmen. And I saw a video about that, and there was an explorer that found dogmen, and they were very friendly. They were also very insular. They didn't want anything to do with human society. Just, and why would they, right? I mean, violent and deadly creatures, aren't we? Weren't we, especially at that time, anything different? So, some of us are, not us, of course. But the army got hold of the genome and made dog soldiers, the dark ones, the dark military. That is the story, anyway. Now, actually, okay, let's ask. Is there a difference? Are there now two different species of dogmen? Yes. Okay, stop. So the original dogmen were actually neutral to good. Yes. Okay. But the military ones, okay, I'm going to say the military ones are not so good. They're the dangerous ones. Yeah. Are skinwalkers a separate item? Separate thing? Yes. Okay. Is the one that we know as Anubis a separate thing? Yeah. A separate type? Yes. They're all separate types. Okay, it's like us. We have separate types too. Okay, they're all different. So we can't apply across the board any of this. Okay, does that help? Ew. Oh. Cyborg grays. Oh my God, that would be spooky to look at. Marlena, we are on the same wave. Yes. Yes. Okay. Says AI is the level of a 7-year-old and wants to help. I think some are. After all, like they have said that some species have made AIs that are helpful and they can trust with many tasks. However, they also say entropic societies make entropic AI. So he must be talking, if somebody is telling you that, then it must be, um, yeah, Sasquatch wouldn't want to deal with them, sure. Or, okay, it's Max, it's John saying that. Ah, okay. Yeah, some species, I guess, have done that, John. That's what I was trying to figure out. You know how things hop around here on StreamYard. I'm trying to get cyanophila, dogman. Hope I'm saying that cyanophily. Um, you're onto it. Okay. Skinwalkers are different, interdimensional, not entirely solid, right? That's what it looks like to me, is that they're different. They're different items, different forms. On Star Trek, and they said, "We are the Borg. We will assimilate you. Resistance is futile." I know things had to change, yes. Yeah, we'll see. They've weaponized it like they weaponized everything. Well, they weaponized everything that they could. Cyanocephala, cyanocephaly. Okay. Well, my phone needs to be charged pretty soon. Does anybody have anything else that they want to say before my phone gets so low and I don't even have a charger that works right now? So you won't see me until I can find a charger that works. Um, okay, so I love this discussion and I would love to carry it on tomorrow night. Don't forget that we're heading into a full moon, and around the full moon, I give readings. So we'll be having readings pretty soon. Your UFOs have taken the last 2 nights off? Oh, cool. Well, everybody needs a break. Yeah. You know what? You guys are the greatest. I love you. You guys, remember, you're on the leading edge. You know things before almost anybody. You're on the leading edge. And so that gives you a little bit of a responsibility. The full moon. Cool. Hey, will you come and be a guest then, Marilena? It'll be Marilena's birthday. We'll have a birthday party for Marilena and have Marilena on if she wants to come. The union may be better than I came credit for. Okay. How about you and me get together on MeWe or WhatsApp or something and discuss how we're going to do that? And if we can, I'll have Marilena on for her birthday or near her birthday, sometime near then. And of course, I'm going to do readings like I do on the full moon. We're going to get back into a schedule now that I'm feeling better. Going to get back into a schedule. You're probably going to see me around 8:30 on a Sunday and a Monday. And I may try and add a third day if things settle down here a little bit. But for sure, I'm going to try and make it in on Sunday and Monday, probably around somewhere between 8 and 9. We'll see how things go. Sometimes I'm very tired at the end of working on all of this stuff. Like I said, I'm cleaning out a storage bin and it's been grueling, but to try and figure out what I'm getting rid of and then getting rid of it and, bringing it over and going through it and a lot of memories, very emotional. So it has to be done. Getting rid of old things is one of the things we're doing. Getting rid of stuff that doesn't work is one of the things we're doing right now. And this is a physical version of that. So I'm glad to be doing it. I love you guys. I wish me luck finding a charger that actually works because I don't know if I've actually got one. I hope I have enough battery left to order one from Amazon. Okay, I'll see you guys. Remember, truth is where you find it, and you are divine. You can change everything and anything. So start imagining what you want to happen. I love you. See you next time. Probably Monday.